Hey guys, and welcome to
Hello.
the pod. We're doing it outside today.
We felt like it was time.
Yeah, we
right?
did think it was time. The first time I had like a little bit of a mental breakdown. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
today I'm feeling pretty freaking good. And I think that it's actually terrifying, Aaron, that I'm in such a good mood for these past
I was not
week.
prepared for this.
Aaron
Prepared
usually,
for a bad mood.
I know.
A little baddie mood.
Well, maybe the trick is that we need to podcast every time before I leave.
Yeah,
you know, the
maybe.
thing about San Francisco this time, you guys, is that I was in and out. I
You
was
were
there
in
and
and
gone.
out.
No
For
one
an
knew
event.
I was in the city.
It's
The
true.
ops weren't waiting for me.
The lads couldn't get to
The
you.
lads couldn't get to
They
me.
didn't know where to find you. They didn't even know you were there.
Like, no.
They couldn't smell you from far
They
away.
couldn't smell me from far away. Like, I was discreet, you guys. So I was in and out of this Greek wedding. Also, I feel like when you go back to the city for a certain, like, familial event, unless it's a fucking holiday, because then you will run into people whether you like it or not. San Francisco is a very small city. It's 7 by 7.
7 by 7 miles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fun fact, actually, they just had a chocolate festival there at the Palace of Fine Arts.
Oh,
and
loud.
They made it to
Whoever
celebrate.
that is.
to
Get over
celebrate-
yourself. He's still going. No. I'm listening to you. I want them to be able to hear you. Continue. It was rude of
Whenever
him.
my dad hears a, that one seemed like not a Harley, but whenever he hears like a motorcycle, he like stares out the window, puffs his chest, and goes, "Big boy."
Big boy.
Do you think that big boy is like a sexual saying?
I think it's rooted in sexuality. I think every overcompensation of masculinity is deeply rooted in some kind of sexuality, some kind of yearn.
So you're like the least sexual person then that exists.
Why is that? Fuck.
Honestly though, guys, I fucking missed Aaron. Like, I was gone for what, 2.5 days?
Yeah.
And I
you
missed
really
that
were not
little
gone for
bitch.
long. You gave me like a list of tasks to do, and you were not gone long enough for any of those to get done.
Really? I wasn't?
Oh.
I wasn't.
Continue.
Because
Continue.
you didn't get any of the
We're
tasks
in
done.
a good mood today.
The point is that I went to this big fat Greek wedding. I was in and out. It was really nice, and it was actually one of the most beautiful weddings I've ever been to. Not that I've been to that many weddings. But
how'd you
there
feel?
was a weird, in the beginning,
What's
I was
the
really
over-under?
happy. I was really doing well. Then toward the end, I kind of started to panic a little bit, and
Why is that? Think about
because
your own life.
the bride was 23.
Right.
The bride was 23. I grew up with her. We never had a falling out or anything like that, but she's my dad's second cousin's kid. So what, like my fourth cousin, but like...
Oh, I didn't know it was familial like that.
Yeah. So...
I didn't know there were blood ties.
There are blood ties.
There's
There
a
are
big
blood
difference
ties there.
on how I feel about this.
And of course when you go, like you see the entire Greek community there.
Right.
And I haven't seen the entire Greek community. Now, let me preface this. I think I can say it because it's not like my papu goes on the internet at all.
She's not going to be watching this.
But
She also wasn't at the
basically, when my papu came to America, this is the most Greek shit that you've ever heard in your life. And you guys, I've probably said this many times, he owned a produce store.
Classic.
And it is the produce store that is down the street from my house.
Classic.
He also shared this produce store 50-50 with the building as well as the business, which was probably an all-cash transaction, if I'm being honest, because my dad can't find any of the paperwork, with his first cousin. Now, him and his first cousin have a blood feud in their decrepit age,
Right.
unfortunately, where they are both... I love my papu. I think his mental health is declining a little bit, especially since COVID. He is forgetting some things, and I assume so is his first cousin. And so it's kind of like those two men in succession that like are trying to run an empire, but it's really just like a sunset produce store.
Right.
That
It's over a grocery store.
It's a grocery store that my papu sold when my dad was 23
young
years
man.
old.
He was just a
So-
boy. He was just a dear boy with good intentions.
Yeah, but I think that my dad still places like... I think my dad seems to think that it was his dream to own this produce store one day to carry on the
legacy,
the business, and his dream is to always have a family business. So there's just a lot of like layers. But for that reason, I also think when COVID hit, my Aunt Papu, you know, I think that people in their old age, that was very scary time for them.
That was they were all dying. It was getting them all.
Yes. And I think like you could either respond like my abuelito and abuelita did, which is like probably also not healthy, but like, you know, went on living their daily life.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's wild, but like they're okay.
No, they are. And I think
it's good
retroactively, hindsight 2020, baby.
Yeah.
But like in the moment,
we were like
Greek side
really...
did was totally fine.
No, it was totally normal, but I do think that they stopped going out after COVID too.
Right. I mean, I remember even for myself, it was like I didn't want to fucking leave the house. I didn't want to do anything.
It was so scary.
Just me and my body.
But I do think like it really, really aged them because they weren't able to, you know, like it's like the something like if you don't move your legs every day, you're gonna forget how to use them.
Yeah, if I don't move my body for like 3 days, I literally feel like I'm gonna die.
You're special, Aaron. You're fucking special.
That's true.
But anyway, the point is that after this beef with the produce business,
right,
and after COVID, my Aunt Papu took a giant step back from the Greek community. And I think that they were already not as involved as other people were. But it is interesting because, you know, you look at my dad.
Yeah.
And that is like a Greek fucking man. Like Christos Andreas Agolopoulos. Like that is like
as Greek as
Greek as you can get, right?
And he used to import olive oil.
He used to import olive oil from Greece.
Come on.
He used to, you know, have a whole business in Greece. Like,
right.
And
so then how do we feel about the wedding?
So I'm getting back to that.
Okay, this is a big
circular moment.
Okay,
so can you just let me?
No, I was just waiting.
Just let me fucking go.
Okay.
So
keep it going.
So
it's like a relay race.
You
We're
look
handing
at
over the baton to the next part of the
So
story.
you look at my dad and you think that he's a very Greek man, right? But first of all, he didn't marry within the Greek community. Okay, if he did marry in the Greek community, I would not be born. Also, whatever daughter he would not have a life or any freedom, probably not have gone to college.
Probably no. No.
But, you know, it is interesting because when we were at that wedding, and I feel like my brother, sister, and I, like, we really do embrace our culture. And I think a lot of people see us as Greek, especially like with the last name Angelopoulos. Like, you're like, these are some Greek motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. But we felt so fucking American there. And it just like...
Well, when you're half, no matter what, you're going to feel...
When you're half, no matter what, but
side.
I think it's also like... I don't know. I think it's when you're half, no matter what, I wonder how it would feel as if I was at a Colombian wedding. And I've never been to a Colombian wedding because there are like no Colombians in the Bay Area.
Right.
But
I don't know. I don't know, brother.
I think because I understand Spanish more and speak the language more, not that I speak fluent at all, there's a little bit more of a connect there. I know how to dance Latin dances.
True.
I don't know Greek dancing. And these are like the kids that they go to church every week, Orthodox church. We kind of fell off of Orthodox church because that shit is 2 hours long and half of it is in Greek, okay? And the priest doesn't even face you and only boys are allowed on the altar. So I was never a fan of Greek Orthodox church.
Wouldn't want to be one of them boys anyway.
Aaron,
anyhow.
It's not like that in the Orthodox church.
Oh, okay. They celibate?
No.
Oh, okay.
They have wives.
Oh, good. Anyway. Sorry, I derailed.
No. So, yeah. I don't know. The point is at the wedding, like, they were all doing Greek dancing. They were all throwing money on the floor. And Leela and I wanted to dive. Like, we wanted to dive on that floor and collect. You know how many Maru coffees that would be?
People throwing more than ones? People throwing fives?
Ones.
Okay.
But there was a ton of ones everywhere.
Right. Do they collect after, or is that like for...
I don't know. See, I don't even know. And like, also a thing with the Greek community is that the sons are by far the most important.
Right.
Okay? Even though I feel like I look the most Greek, I'm the most quiet, disciplined one in my family. I know. You wouldn't believe it. I have a podcast where I just talk shit all the time.
True.
But you know, my dad like kept calling over Andreas to like show him off and like introduce him to people.
Right.
And like
my eldest boy.
Yeah, you know, like my only
eldest
son.
Big boy.
And I did realize though when we were there that my dad was like expressing a pride in us that I hadn't really noticed before.
Right.
Like he'd be like, "Oh, this is my daughter, the one that's in Colorado, and this is my daughter. She's actually living in LA right now."
Right.
Never heard him say that in my life.
Wow.
Never heard him say that I'm living in LA.
That's crazy.
So, you know, yeah. But anyway, the point is at the wedding, the bride was 23. I grew up with her.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with a wedding,
Yeah.
what it is like, stop. You're not paying attention to me.
I am.
No, you're not.
Keep going.
You're just trying to be silly and it's not funny.
I'm not.
I'm
Just
done.
keep going. No, keep going. Keep going. We were just getting to the part.
Anyway, the thing with a wedding, I think when you're that age, and this is no shade to anyone who gets married that young.
Yeah.
Although in my world, it's just not really a thing. Is that it's automatically an accomplishment, especially culturally, when you get married. And I think that that's really...
Would that be especially true for women as well? Or is it seen just...
I think it is especially... Like,
cause
okay,
that's very,
guys, there was some beef that happened that I'll get back to. That Aaron actually ended up being involved in.
What?
Yeah, Leela called you to yell at you.
Oh, yeah, but you want to get married or not?
So, anyway, I think the thing is that it is especially true for women because I was thinking about this. You know, it's fucked either way for a woman because on one side,
no bueno.
The expectation is that you get married and everything that, you know, your husband has is given to you, right? And that's how you gain financial success and career success. That's how old cultures look at it, right?
I think
but also the thing is that you're also, as a woman in this day and age, expected to defy this stereotype as well. And, you know, somehow prove it wrong, out-earn your husband, but you're also expected to, like, marry up. So I think, like, from any side, because your peers are looking at it from a different way, your elders, your grandparents, your parents are looking at it from a different way, there's no fucking winning as a woman. Like, that's what I realized when I was there. I was like, if I married Aaron tomorrow, it would be seen as, like, my big accomplishment. But the truth is that I think that our relationship would not change from today or tomorrow if we were married. Like, I really just don't believe that. And I know that my family truly does. And I think that like sent me into a little bit of a panic. And I think that it gives me like a negative relationship toward marriage, you know? And that's what I realized at this wedding. No shade to the bride and groom. Like, you guys threw a great party. But that was all running through my mind because I'm like, I am in no place in my life where I'm going to get married anytime soon. And like, my mom is very much like, don't get married, don't get married, don't get married, don't get married. But my dad is, you know, he doesn't say to get married either. I don't think either of my parents are pressuring me to get married. But I do think that it's considered an accomplishment when you get married. And it's also like, since we're working on our careers, it's like, how much can you accomplish financially and career-wise in this day and age and living in a city when you're 24 years old, you know? And I do feel like my greatest accomplishment is my relationship. But I also don't feel like I need like a marriage certificate to prove that. I don't know. So then, you know, my sister was asking me about my future wedding. And I was like, I don't think I want to have a wedding. And I think that there's like a lot of resentment that I have toward weddings or toward marriage because I just have a weird relationship with it. And so I kind of imagine myself, especially with Aaron, maybe like eloping one day and then just telling my family I got married. But that turned into like a whole thing where like my siblings were like, you're very weird. You are very selfish. And I guess like my dad was being chill about it, but I guess he told Leela in the kitchen that all a dad wants to do is walk his daughter down the aisle. And I don't know if that was true or not, but it just made me feel a fucking certain way. And as my parents were getting drunker at that wedding, and as the Greek music was blaring in my ears, And as I was waiting for the cake, I just felt like so angry. And I felt like I don't want to get married, but I am so in love, and that should be okay. And I also, I don't know. I do want to get married eventually, but for some reason it feels like I'm an angsty teen, and like marriage is like, not getting married is like an act of defiance against my family and my culture, which just feels fucked up in many ways. And that I'm like, Sophia, why do you do this? You're so pouty. Like, you should just live your life, and when it's time, it's time, and you'll be ready and you'll be fine. But I don't know. I think that wedding brought up a lot for me because she is a year younger than me, and we grew up together. And the last time I saw her, we were like little girls doing each other's makeup and having sleepovers, and now she's married and she's a wife. And yeah.
Am I back now?
Go ahead. I'm sorry I ranted.
It's okay. It's okay. I just wanted to make sure that, that was fine for me to interject.
Was that too much?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. You did a good job.
Well, go ahead.
Well, what do you want me to say now? There's nothing you to take the floor. I feel like we share the floor, no?
Okay, go.
There's nothing for me to go on. Anyway, yeah, bro, I hear that. I hear all that. Well, what I was going to say, too, I feel like a lot of the times, I feel like in traditional households, like the act of getting married is like, I'm now like especially for like women and men, it's like I'm now the property of my husband. That's like pretty much the whole ceremony. Yeah. It's like you're going to be his.
And there's something about it that makes me really uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's really fucked up. It's really weird. It's actually very strange.
Yeah, I don't know. And then I was like, obviously,
I don't like it.
Leela is young, but I was trying to say to her, like, I don't think my relationship with Aaron would change if we got married. And she's like, I think it would change everything.
No, it wouldn't.
But I think it would change the way that my family saw us.
Yeah, it would change maybe external value, but like not internally, not like within our own.
No, but it would. I do think that, unfortunately, external pressure does really affect me because I come from a big family.
Right.
And I think that, while I was also sitting there with my brother and sister, I was like, wow, I'm so grateful that I have such a close family and that I can just sit with my mom and sister and talk to them for hours about nothing and eat junk food and just be happy.
Yeah, that's great.
Like, that is something that most people will never have.
That's
and
great,
I feel very blessed to have that.
Yeah, that's
That
great.
being said, when you come from a big, close family like that, and culture, your decisions are not individual. They're kind of...
Yeah, they're
everything affects the
everything
family.
Is group-oriented.
And I especially feel that when I'm in San Francisco. And so every decision I make for myself inherently feels very selfish, and I feel very guilty for it. And I think that that's my whole issue with going back to San Francisco.
Yeah, I think that's that's it in a in a 2-liter bottle.
The dad... my dad's second cousin was like,
long story.
Because they moved to Brawley. They're from San Francisco, but they moved to Brawley.
Yes.
And he's like, you're a Brawley girl to her as he was giving his speech, but you left your heart in San Francisco. And my dad cheers so loudly. Andreas grabs me and goes like this.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway, we're sponsored today by Chamberlain Coffee.
Chamberlain.
How do you say it?
Chamberlain.
Chamberlain Coffee.
We thought we'd mix up the licorice thing because the last box of red wines that I bought was stale. So, we're gonna try.
Till Red Wine gets it together. We found a big box of this coffee. Who's this person again?
This is Emma Chamberlain.
Emma Chamberlain.
Great coffee on the go, uncomplicated and delicious, inspired by my very own recipe.
And who is Emma an actress? Is she a...
She's a YouTuber.
She's a YouTuber.
She hosts the Met Gala.
Oh.
You know who I'm talking about.
No.
She's really young. She's 20.
Wow, good for her. She has a coffee.
Yeah, so she has a coffee because I guess her whole thing was making coffees while she'd vlog.
Oh, cool.
And so she launched a coffee brand. And my friend Ben actually said that it was really good, but I've never tried these ones.
Okay.
To be fair, this has sweeter recipe on it.
Sweeter recipe.
That's giving me
anything that has cinnamon, there's a wait, hold on, can I hold that? Okay, so let me describe this. There is a raccoon holding a Cinnabon.
I used a raccoon next to us.
And it's a sweeter recipe, so I'm a little skeptical, because I uncomplicated and delicious, inspired by my very own recipe. Love, Emma.
So she had like an instant coffee thing that she would do, and I think that was really popular. And I think this is a new launch or something.
Oh, these are new ones?
Yeah, these are new ones. So they have oat milk in them, which is fun.
Yeah, that is fun.
Like,
well, that's like a hip new thing, and then there's salted caramel right there. So let's have this.
I'm gonna preface this. This one has a tiny squirrel in it.
Wow.
I'm gonna preface it by holding a little caramel candy. That's cute.
Wow, that's so smart.
But don't shake it. Like, why would
they
you do
said
that?
chill, shake, and enjoy, Sophia? We're trying to get sponsored.
Okay. Well, what I want to say is that I'm not really a big fan of coffee in general, and especially these like little canned ones. So my opinion's going to be biased. And Aaron like only drinks like fresh Kamiyako. What is it called?
Kamiyako? Jesus Christ. We're never going to get sponsored by a coffee brand.
He only drinks like fresh homemade lattes that he makes with the espresso machine at home. So he's a little picky.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to go for the cinnamon bun. Are you okay?
No. My acrylics are just...
Oh, this is the nails. Okay, cheers.
Wait, how much caffeine is in a cup of coffee? How many milligrams? Because this is 70.
Is this 70 milligrams? I don't know. That sounds about right in a cup of coffee.
So you hate it.
Trying to get sponsored. I'm not trying to be negative here. Try maybe I'm just not a fan of the cinnamon bun. Cinnamon. Let me try the salted caramel.
I think this one might be better. That's worse. This is better.
I would.
Have you had the like Starbucks
I really
ones?
wanted to like this. Yeah, the Starbucks ones I like. They're like a sweet treat on the road. Like if you're about to drive
so imagine
10
that
hours.
we're like driving from Michigan to New York and you get one of these. Are you gonna piss in the cup? Like
The thing is, like, I don't want to be mean to this person who's taking the leap and making their own coffee. But
you thought her name was Chamberlain a few minutes ago, so
what are the ingredients? I'm gonna be honest. This is not the greatest recipe, and I would probably rather drink my own pee-pee. Oat milk, cold brew coffee, date syrup. Okay, you can't have date syrup and then sunflower lecithin and gelin gum. You can have all three.
why?
Because date syrup is like it's like a healthy thing.
Yeah, you're right. You gotta choose. Are you gonna be healthy?
Or are you gonna go for the gums?
But what this gives me is like trendy.
Right. Like,
You know,
I'm in the Erewhon district.
Honestly,
I'm popping ass
this
in
tastes
Silver Lake.
exactly like I would have thought that it would taste.
I thought it was gonna be a little better because like these kind of like creamy little these little sweet little creamy drinks, they're usually just like sweet and have like a hint of coffee, and that's all you could ask for. That's all you could want. The oat is like really powerful.
It is.
But in a way that and then it like infuses with this like C's caramel. You know, It reminds me of going to the mall when I was like 6. You pick one of the C's lollipops,
but the mall when you were 6.
Well, you pick the C's lollipop that was sitting there the whole day. It was like kind of melted.
Okay. So we're done with that. So sorry, Emma Chamberlain.
We really want to
really
like this.
hope I meet you though, because I think you have a great personality. So.
Do you like her?
I haven't like religiously watched her YouTube videos, but she just seems like a funny girl.
Right. It's good for
like
her.
a funny, silly girl.
I hope her. Look, the coffee's not for me, but that's okay.
And
I'm
maybe
sure
it's
for
just
somebody.
maybe this is like the new launch that she's trying out.
This is the new
right?
launch. It's not
like,
the classic flavor.
We
it's
all
the
try and
sweeter
we all
recipe.
fail.
And
that's the
true.
point of life.
True.
So fucking
yes.
cheers to that.
Cheers to that. The Hindenburg, that was a failure. Chernobyl, failure.
Right, Aaron.
This is one of those.
So anyway, how have you been doing?
I'm okay.
I wanted to ask, like, are there any updates on the Kendrick? No. And Drake beef?
Not really.
So that just all happened and then
just
like it
fizzled.
disappeared?
It was kind of annoying. Yeah, that's how it went. I mean, Drake kind of fumbled, then people don't care anymore.
But like the feds haven't raided his house or anything?
Not yet.
So that's a little bit disappointing.
I hope they do. I hope the feds raid his home.
I feel like the tea lately has just been really bland.
I don't want to go to Seattle tomorrow.
So Aaron has a big boy job and he has to go to Seattle tomorrow, and he's really not looking forward to it because first of all, Seattle is rainy, and last time he went there was like a shooting. So
because Seattle is, I mean, both are true. Both are true, but it's also where Frasier was filmed, or at least where they pretended to film Frasier. Love that show.
Right.
I
never watched it.
No. Yeah, I mean, last time I went, I mean, I was staying in like Cap Hill though, so you know, what can you do? I don't know, it's just long, and I'm tired, and I feel like we were embarking on like a work journey, a work fest, and I'm just really tired.
Yeah.
But it's okay, you know, it's fine.
You've been doing a lot.
I feel like, you know, I don't know. I feel like I've talked about Seattle before.
Okay.
But I feel okay about it.
Is there another... aside from New York, is there another city that you'd like to live in America? No?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a place in California, but that's it. Place in California, and then New York, and then that's probably it.
Okay, you're a simple man to please. My mom the other day asked me if you'd ever want to live in New York.
What'd you say?
I said yes.
What'd she say?
She said, oh. I don't know if that concept thrilled her.
Yeah, I'm sure it didn't thrill her. Why would it thrill her?
I don't know.
She probably wanted you to say, no, he wants to move to San Francisco tomorrow. We just
I think you would.
We just bought the home. We put a down payment on 7% interest, 20-year mortgage.
If only we could afford that.
Yep.
But with you, we can.
What?
Yeah. I don't know.
But she asked and you said, yes, he does.
Yeah, because I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, you shouldn't. I would like that.
But honestly, like, it was really nice being back with Leela, especially. Like,
yeah.
I feel like she's my little partner in crime. Let
what
us
kind of crimes
know.
would you commit?
Just lots of them.
Okay.
Let us know if you guys would like to see like a little segment of me and Leela.
Yes. So, okay, as we expand, because now we're at 400 amazing subscribers.
We love
you
guys.
Out there, we fucking love you. We want to get you all in a room, and I'm not gonna finish that. But we appreciate you, and we're thinking about other ways to entertain you little fiends. So one of them is, if you would like to see a Sophia and Leela spinoff. Okay? Regular, you know, if she comes to LA, you have like a semi-regular podcast. I mean, you guys can film as many podcasts as you want, and you just let that ride. I'm fine with that. I think that's great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why do you look so ill today?
Do I? Why?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh.
I just feel like you're a little off.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Doing my best.
Okay.
I think honestly, I have this weird taste of fake caramel in my mouth.
No, it was way before that.
When was it? I think I'm still also recovering from
Sometimes
the
I
bender.
am like, does he have ADHD or is he just exhausted?
Right now I'm tired.
I think most of the time it's just that you're exhausted, but like,
True.
you know, sometimes you don't really pay attention to me when I speak.
I do. I've been paying attention
and
to you.
I feel like I kind of just poured my heart out on the podcast, and
you
were laying on the fucking floor.
Well, I was waiting for like
I was
waiting.
And you were just like,
okay,
can I interject now? And then I said, yeah, sure, go for it.
I was waiting for
and then
an
you
avenue.
changed.
See what's happening right now?
You were waiting for an avenue to talk about Chamberlain coffee.
Not to just talk about Chamberlain coffee. Now you got me riled up.
Fucking rile it
now
up,
something's
bitch.
gonna happen to you.
Good.
I was waiting for an avenue, a road. We're on the highway. You're taking the front wheel. I'm trying to merge. I'm waiting.
Get the fuck in there then. Like,
okay, but I talk.
You need to get in.
Yeah, I talk, and it should be yes. How can we blend? How can we synthesize?
Well,
how can we synthesize
Aaron, let me tell you something.
For Aaron to get in there.
I opened the fucking playing field for you. Like
when
I talked about marriage, Aaron. Like, who the fuck else am I dating? Also, you did have a bit in that story where Leela called you and yelled at you. And you didn't even fucking mention that.
Well, because it was I didn't feel an opening.
You never feel an opening. Seriously, get in there. Like, this is my life that we're talking about.
I know.
And you don't even want to be a part of it.
Don't even go there.
Sometimes it just feels,
I'm going to
honestly,
drop a diss track on you.
I know. I'm going to be fucking real right now. Sometimes it feels like we live in our own little bubble, very separate from my family. And when I talk about my family, it feels like Aaron disconnects. His bubble is up in the sky. He floats away. And then when I'm done talking about them, he comes back down and is like, okay, Sophia, you're my girlfriend again. Yay! Get it together.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you opening up.
Yeah, but like you never participate in the conversation.
What? I agree. I think, yeah. I'm here. Fuck.
Anyway, what else happened this weekend? You know, I also think it's interesting the way.
Oh, I saw a childhood friend who I hadn't seen since I was in the 8th grade, and that was lovely.
And how was that?
It was great. I feel like it's funny if you have like a close friend who you haven't seen in a long time. I feel like you don't really have that experience until like you go away to college, or you like leave, or like I don't know, like until you get older, like considerably older, into like a next phase of your life, and then you. This man has made me nervous.
Me too.
He's making me very nervous.
Yeah, I can't with the soccer ball.
The soccer ball keeps coming near here. I'm about to punt it. I'm about to punt it into the woods. Anyway, I feel like with like friends you haven't seen in a while, like sometimes you feel nervous about like, am I gonna be able to carry a conversation with this person? How is it gonna be? And then there's like those friends you had as kids that like helped form your personality. And this was one of those friends to me, and I haven't seen him in like 6 years, so that was fun.
So like. It helped form your like chaotic pranksterness.
Yes.
And you were like a bad kid in school.
Oh, I wasn't bad.
I remember going to school with you.
I wasn't a naughty bad boy, but I had a little kick.
You were a smartass.
Yeah, true.
And
that's true. So yeah, I had a great time. We went to the bungalow in LA. If you guys have ever been there, it's like a little house It's like almost like a little posh house party.
Oh, it's a club, but it seems like a house.
It's kind of a club. I think we would actually have. Oh my god. I think we would actually have a lot of fun. It's like it feels like a house party, but it's like kind of nice, and like there's a lot of music. This man is scaring the fuck out of me.
Why does it feel like a house party?
Well, just because like there's loud music and stuff, and. But it's like it's nice. It's not like in the dark. You're not like in just like a confined living space. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So it feels good. It was a good time. I enjoyed myself.
That's good, Aaron.
Yeah, I appreciated it. So yeah, that was my weekend. Thank you for listening.
Of course.
Insecure now.
Why?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm glad you had a good time. I was nervous about you coming back, because I know. You're also gonna be. I'm leaving, I kind
of like being by myself.
Yeah, the last time. It doesn't happen very often where I'm not home and you are, but it's good.
I think it's good that we separate each other from ourselves sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when you're tired. Anyway, I just want to say that I love you guys and I appreciate you. If you do want a Lila and Sophia spinoff,
yes, drop it in the comments.
Drop it in the comments.
Yes, we want to hear.
And yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
We love
Let
you
us
guys.
know what you think of the outdoors, just being in nature.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about Aaron in nature that so
just doesn't feel right.
That's so strange and
just
unnatural.
Feels really unnatural. I'm really happy that I got you out today though, because I think that's the first time you left the house, huh?
That was good. No, I had a good time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you went rock climbing.
That's
today.
true. But
Aaron's like a rock climbing fiend. Like,
right.
honestly, I feel like people who listen to this podcast would rock climb, so I'm not gonna bash it.
Don't bash. Just
But it's not my forte.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, okay. I think the card's gonna run out in like a minute, so we should call this. But this was good. Did you have fun? Did you have fun with me?
Bye, you guys. Fee, fi, fo, fun, bitches.